Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm really happy that you took a chance and stopped by. I'm prepping by faith, and there's a lot of reasons that many of us start preparing, and we all focus on those things that are going to excite you and really get you hooked on prepping videos. But what about those things that aren't always so positive? Shouldn't we at least put them out there so that people are aware and you're prepared for the challenges that you will face? I believe we should. And that's why in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 things that no one told me about prepping. And I hope that it's going to better prepare you on your prepping journey. So, number one, if you eat a lot of fresh foods currently in your diet, then you are not going to get through all of those canned foods that you have stocked up on by the time that expiration date shows up. The good thing is that the expiration date is more of a flux date, is more of a suggested date, and that if you store those foods correctly in a cool, dry, dark location, it should prolong those canned foods much longer than that date. You just need to be looking out for things like swelling and rust and any dents along any seams. But there is another caveat that I want to mention right here. If you are stocking up on high acid foods like your tomatoes, you really want to be more careful with those. I wouldn't recommend using those any longer than 18 months past that date that's listed on the can. So, I want you guys to really be honest with yourself about the fact that we do need to incorporate canned foods in our pantries for emergency types of situations, but you have to figure out how many you're actually consuming in a certain time frame. Get an idea, a rough estimate of how much you're consuming in a year. The point of prepping is to ensure that we're doing everything that we can to be prepared for a crisis, but you do want to go ahead and get through those foods and not let anything go to waste either. So that brings me to point number two. You really need to learn how to incorporate math and meal planning when you are stocking up your prepper pantries. It sounds really good to just go out there willy-nilly and just load up on all of these canned foods and cooking oils and dried goods. But if you haven't properly calculated how many you're actually going to truly need of each, then you'll either run out of key ingredients that you really need for a proper meal, or you won't have any idea what to do with these items once you have stocked up on them. So planning is really important when you start to stock up on your prepper pantry. So really don't forget this crucial step. Creating a list of meals that you regularly eat right now, and then calculating how many ingredients you will need to make those is really a simple way to do that. And if you're really unsure where to start, I'm going to go ahead and link some of my older videos in the description box for you guys, so it'll give you kind of an idea of how and where to start. So number three, prepping takes up a lot of space. So if you are seriously planning on acquiring food for a family for any longer than a few months time span, then you are going to have adequate storage space for those items. It has quite a footprint associated with it, and just tossing these items into a hot garage or in the top of an attic is not a solution at all. Those are not good places for food storage. So ideally, you want to start scouting out the space where you're going to locate these foods before you even start hauling everything in. So you're going to want sturdy shelving units. Basement is a really great place to put away these preps, in unused closets, whether that's a linen closet, a coat closet, an extra closet in a spare bedroom, underneath beds. All that stuff is going to become very valuable space to store your preps. So for more information and suggestions on how to find adequate space for your preps, I'm going to go ahead and link another video for you guys as well. So number four, prepping is expensive once you get going. We can all tell you to pick up a few canned goods or bags of dried goods to really get you started. But if you're serious about prepping, you're going to quickly discover for yourself that it is an investment. And I'm not sharing this with you guys to scare you off in any way, but I do want you to know exactly what it is that you're signing up for. Gear isn't free. Grocery prices are at an all-time high, so sticking back extra is definitely going to have some costs associated with it. There is no price tag that you can put on being adequately prepared, in my opinion. But if you are truly committed to preparedness, and I really hope that you are, you're going to see that it isn't entirely free. There are ways to make it more affordable as you go along, but anything worth doing is worth doing right. So number five, prepping is a lot of work. if you are serious about really keeping your food rotated so that you don't have all those aging items in your prepper pantry, if you're trying to learn new skills, if you're trying to acquire solid reading material and sources in case of grid down, these are all things that are going to require commitment on your part. It isn't a one and done process. It really needs to become a part of your lifestyle. And really, the only way to do that is to begin slowly incorporating it into your daily routine. So you don't have to do a major task every single day, but you do need to incorporate small tasks so that you continue learning and growing in the right direction. We invest our time and our energy into things that are important to us. And if taking care of your family is as important to you as it is to me, then you're going to quickly see the value of investing your time in preparedness. So, number 6, prepping can become addictive. This one kind of caught me by surprise because I wasn't fully prepared for how addictive it can be. Once you start hitting those goals and you start seeing that pantry fill in along with the gear and your hygiene items, your medical, it really motivates you to keep going. There's nothing like the peace of mind that comes from knowing that you're learning how to be adequately prepared to take care of your family in a crisis. What could be more rewarding? So, number 7, there is a huge learning curve for many things prepping related. If you're anything like me and you really delve into something that you're learning about head first, then you're going to find out that you are just not born knowing how to do everything right away. No matter how simple it seems on paper or in a video, it really takes time and it takes a lot of patience. Gardening is a perfect example of this. And Prepping with Sarge actually had a really great video out recently where he was talking about the deceptions of a perfect garden recently on his channel that you guys should go ahead and check out. It really isn't as simple as just throwing down some seeds and watering them in regularly and then achieving this bountiful harvest. There are pests that will hatch and wreak havoc on your plants. Many of those that have gone ahead and hitched a ride in that really expensive bag of soil that you just carted in from the garden center. There are blights that will attack. There are challenges with soil types and pH levels, too much, too little water, too much sun, too little sun, fertilizer, etc. The point is, it's a huge learning curve, but it's also very rewarding. When you see those plants begin to grow and you pick off your first tomato off of that plant and taste it, there's really nothing like it. Experience is our best teacher, and we don't have failures, guys. We have lessons learned that we can grow from and learn from as we continue on our prepping journey. So, number 8, everyone, and I mean everyone, has a different opinion about how you should prep. This is not one that I was really expecting. And I guess I was a little naive when I started out, but I thought that the prepping community would all be kind of on the same page when it came to the basics, how to prioritize, how to best store foods, what gear is best for a beginner, etc. But it turns out there are a lot of different opinions on these things, and so many, in fact, that it can become a little bit overwhelming. So, what I would say to you guys, my best advice to you is to listen to what others say. Always do your own research, and at the same time experiment and figure out what works out best for you and your family. Prepping is personal, and we can all give you suggestions and guidelines, but experience is going to be your best teacher every time. Don't be afraid to make those mistakes. It's part of the learning process, and don't feel bad if you disagree with somebody else's opinion about something. You don't have to do things exactly like any one person. You are uniquely you, and you need to have the confidence to be yourself in any situation. So, number 9, you will be ridiculed. Oh boy, is that a fact. I mean, I know when I really turned up the heat on my prepping, it seriously turned off a lot of other family members. I was so excited about what I was doing that I really wanted to help and share and, get them going as well. And I quickly found out that their level of interest wasn't even remotely in the same stratosphere as mine. And that kind of upset my apple cart a little bit along the way. So creating a channel did absolutely nothing to alleviate this for me. Yes, it's helped other people, and it really has connected me with some great people in the community, but it also opened up the doors to a lot of unkind ones as well. So be prepared to draw some heat, draw some criticism to yourself for those who really do not understand prepping or the importance of it, and be prepared to go ahead and continue to stand strong in your convictions of why you are continuing to prep. So, number 10, The last one that I want to give you guys is that you will probably hit a wall at some time in your prepping journey. There are many that don't believe in prepper burnout in the community, but just because they haven't experienced it doesn't mean that it isn't real. I've actually been there several times myself. And the way I see it is that we can get burned out on anything in life. So why would prepping be the exception? It really all depends on the individual and how much time and energy that they devoted to it in the first place. So I want you guys to understand that it is normal to get tired of rotating your 100th canned good. It is normal to wish that somebody would just report on some good news rather than the fact that the world is going to end tomorrow. It is normal to wish that things were like they used to be, and you could look under your bed and just see a stray dust ball instead of canned dog food. When you come to this place, though, it's okay to tune out and disconnect for a few days or even a few weeks. It's okay to take a mental and a physical break away and rejuvenate. There is a lot of ongoing stress that can wear you down. And we all need breaks to continue to still enjoy life, to enjoy our families, to make those memories. Prepping isn't going anywhere. It's still going to be there waiting for you. And I'll bet that once you come back to it, you are going to be more determined than ever to keep pressing forward. You'll be more inspired than ever to keep learning and growing. Never forget why you started in the first place, and take the time to really celebrate your achievements, no matter how small or insignificant you think they are. So I really want to hear from you guys, okay? What are some challenges that you have faced in your prepping journey that you weren't expecting or that really took you by surprise? Please comment down below and share them with us. I think the more information that we have is the better prepared that we can be, and the more that we can help others who are just getting started, or maybe who just haven't encountered these kinds of situations just yet. So if you guys have enjoyed this video today, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And remember to pray, prep, and put God first. God bless. Hey guys, are you concerned about the death of the dollar? Are you concerned about a full-blown economic collapse? If you are, I want you to consider giving Genesis Gold Group a call. They are a Christian-based company that is going to help you roll over your 401k into a gold-backed IRA that is self-governed. You also have the ability to send them cash and take possession of those precious metals if that is something that you would like to do. As we see all of these things unfolding before us, the sky high inflation, the move away from the US dollar as a petrodollar, and we see the central bank digital currencies that are going to be underway this summer. Preserving our wealth through precious metals is one way to sort of hedge our bets and make sure that we have something that is going to be more substantial to carry us forward. So go ahead, check them out. They are Genesis Gold Group, genesisgoldgroup.com, or give them a call at 1-800-200-4653. Tell them Prepping by Faith sent you, and God bless.